Chef Stephen Laricano. Today we're going to be making a classic Eggs Benedict. Here's our classic Eggs Benedict, and I'm going to show you Eggs Benedict with a twist. Let's start with the poached eggs. We're going to take 2 poached eggs, and we're going to crack both of them. We're going to separate the whites and the yolks, and we just want the yolks for our sauce. So we'll start that first. So 2 egg yolks. And we're going to set these aside. Okay, so we have our 2 egg yolks. From there, we're going to take an egg. Whole egg, crack it in a ramekin. Best way to do an Eggs Benedict for poached eggs is place it in a ramekin like so. Easier to handle. From there, we're going to have our simmering water, roughly about 160 degrees. And we also put a little white wine vinegar in it for the acid, okay, to control our pH. So with that being said, we're going to take this as this water is simmering here, and we're gently going to stir it to form a vortex. With that vortex, we're going to drop the egg in, and that egg white will just wrap around that egg. And if by chance it doesn't, it's okay, it still works. And that's roughly going to take about anywhere between 3 to 4 minutes. From there, we're going to take our English muffin. We have our butter already melted. We're actually going to butter up our muffin on both sides. And that is going to go in our pan. And we're going to turn that heat on very, very low, and we just want to lightly toast those muffins. So our eggs are still cooking. We're going to check on our egg. Looks great. So in the meantime, while our egg is cooking, what we want to do is grab some paper towels. We want to place them to absorb the rest of that water. We have our muffins toasting, our eggs cooking. We're going to have another pot of water, and we just want to get it nice and simmering. We're going to take a stainless steel bowl, make sure it's clean. From there, place it on top. So we're actually going to make our hollandaise sauce. We have our eggs, and with that, we're going to have some chipotle peppers. Okay, we also need some acid. So we're going to take a lemon, and we're going to cut this lemon. We have these nets here to control our seeds, and we're going to squeeze our juice. So that's going to be our acid for our sauce. So our basic hollandaise, egg yolks, acid, a little bit of salt, and some water. We're going to take our egg yolks right in the bowl. Our acid, and a little bit of water. Okay, I'm also going to add just a touch of salt. Okay, so the steam is coming up. So gently what we're going to do, we're going to cook these yolks and form a sabayon, 3 times the volume. So we're slightly going to whisk. As you can see, I'm whisking back and forth like so. You can see that steam coming off of the bowl. And it's going to get 3 times the volume. So once we have it 3 times the volume, we can incorporate our clarified butter. So as you see here, it's getting nice and frothy, and that's exactly what we're looking for. If by chance it gets too hot, just lift your bowl up to release some of that steam, or actually lower your heat. Okay, so we're going to let that sit just for a second. We're going to check our egg with our slotted spoon. And we want to make sure it's cooked. The egg whites are cooked. We still want to have that yolk nice and soft. So we're gently going to turn that over, and then we have our poached egg. We have our hollandaise. Our muffins are getting nice, light, and toasted. We're going to flip those over slightly. Okay, so now we're going to incorporate our butter. Take that off the heat. But we also wanted to do a little added value and a twist with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to set that aside just for a second. And we're going to add some chipotle peppers. These are nice, beautiful peppers, mildly spicy, depending on how much you use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this pepper, I'm going to slice it up. One pepper would be more than enough. And then what I'm going to do is a term called pasting. Now, normally when we paste, we add a little bit of salt to give it some friction, but these are so soft, we don't need to do that. So I'm gently going to press it down with the blade of my knife and pull it away. And if you like it to be a little bit more spicy, you can add more. So from there, we have our pepper. And I'm going to turn around and add about, 3/4 of this. I'm going to add it right to my sabayon. So I incorporated the pepper in. That's going to give it some wonderful flavor. See that sauce start to change its color a little bit? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn around and I'm going to incorporate some of my butter. And I want to do little ribbons. We don't want to put it in there because if we put a whole lot in there, we're going to actually separate our sauce. So a little bit at a time. So for 2 egg yolks, roughly about 8 ounces of butter, melted. So as you can see, that sauce is starting to foam together. A little bit more butter. Okay, from there we have a nice, wonderful sauce. So, always taste your ingredients. Make sure we have enough salt in there. Obviously, we don't need any more pepper because we added the chipotle. Very nice flavor. Perfect acid amount with our lemon. So, we have our English muffins toasting here very, very nicely. Now, Canadian bacon. Eggs Benedict. Must have Canadian bacon. Classic bacon. We want to warm this bacon up. So again, we're going to put that in our pan. And gently warm it. Okay, now it's ready to plate. We'll get our plate. Our ham. We're going to place our egg, like so. And then we're going to go back with this beautiful hollandaise that we prepared. And we're going to gently layer it right on top. Garnish it with little chopped chives. And there you go. Eggs Benedict with a twist.